Hey guys, welcome back to my channel The Tech Coders, and today we are going to solve problem number 1882B of Codeforces, that is sets and union. Okay, this was the part of Codeforces round 899 division 2. So let's understand this question with the help of an example. Okay, this is my example over here. So what we are intended to do over here is that we are supposed to find the maximum attainable set S such that S is not is equals to union of each and every set present over here. Okay, that is, we are supposed to find the maximum attainable set such that S is not equal to S1 union, S2, S3 union up to Sn. Okay, this is what our intention is. So let's understand with the help of an example what does this mean, maximum attainable set. Okay, now I can see that there are going to be three inputs. Okay, so these are my three inputs, and this is the number of elements which are going to be in my current set or the array. Okay, so my first one is 1 2 3, second is 4 5, and third is 3 4. So now let's try to find the union of this one, which is equals to 1 2 3 4 5, which is equals to 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, now try to understand. Now we'll discuss about the maximum attainable set S. Okay, now I'm saying this, I don't want this one, I don't want this one. So is there any possible combination that the union will give me an answer where one is not present? So yeah, I can see that if I'll do union of this two, that is S2 and S3, I'll get an answer where one is not present. So now let's find that. That is S2 union S3. Okay, what will be my answer? It will be 3 4 5. Okay, I can also see that if I'll take either S2 or S3, one is not present, but I'm getting some answer. So what's the S2? S2 over here is 4 and 5. What is S3? It is 3 and 4. Okay, so now see, in all these three cases, the union is not as equals to the union of entire array. Okay, so at first we are supposed to find such combinations, and after that we are supposed to return the maximum size. So over here I can see that the maximum size is 3. So this is what we are supposed to find in our question. So now the question is how to approach further. If we'll check the constant which is given in the question, then it was like n can maximum be 50, okay, and k can maximum be 50. This is my n, and all these values are k, the number of elements which are going to be in my set or the array. Okay, now I can say that what if I'll try to exclude each of the elements and try to find all the possible combinations, and after that I'll simply return the maximum answer which I'm getting right now. Okay, so let's try to understand this with another bigger example. So now see, this is my example, this is my n, this is my k, and over here we are having 4 sets of the arrays. So now what will be union of all this? It will be 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Okay, what I said that we'll try to exclude each of the elements and try to find the possible combinations. After that we'll simply return out the maximum one. Okay, now let's see, I'm not gonna take 1 over here, so I can see that 1 is only present in the set 1. So now I'll do the union of S2 S3 and S4. It is gonna give me it will give you my answer as, over here I am not taking 1. Okay, I am not taking 1, so my answer will be union of S2 S3 and S4, which will be equal to 2 3 4 5 and 6. Okay, now I can't see that there are any such possible combinations is the answer which is not having 1 over there. Okay, now we'll check for 2. I can see that 2 is present over here, 2 is present over here. Now we'll do the union of this 2, that is S3 and S4. Now I'm not taking 2. What will my answer? 3 4 5 6. 3 4 5 and 6. Okay, now we'll see. Now similarly we'll check for 3. 3 is present over here only. Okay, 3 is present over here only. So we'll do the union of S1, S2 and S4. It will be like 1 2 3 4 5 6. Sorry, my bad, we were supposed to exclude 3 now. By mistake I wrote 3 over here. So yeah, now let's move further. Now I can check for 4. Now I'm not taking 4 in my answer, so 4 is present over here, 4 is present over here. Now I'm going to do union of S2 and S3. It will be 2 3 5 6. It will be 2 3 5 and 6. Now similarly we'll check for 5. For 5 I can see that 5 is present at second set, third set, fourth set. So only in S1 5 is not there. So what will be my answer? It will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, now similarly we'll check for 6. We'll try to exclude 6 and let's check whether we are getting answer or not. So in 6 also I can see that 6 is present in second, third and fourth. So we'll simply take first one, that is S1. So my answer will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now over here the count is 5, over here the count is 4, over here the count is 5, over here the count is 4, over here the count is 4, and here also the count is 4. So what's the maximum among all? Maximum is 5, that is this or this. So now I can say that if I'll exclude 1 or 3, my answer will be same, that is 5. So I have to return this value. I have to return this 5. Okay. Now after doing all these operations, we'll simply print out 5 as my answer. Okay. So now let's move to the coding part. Okay. Now see, we are declaring n. N is this value. N is this value. Let me change the color of the pen. At first we were declaring n. Okay, n is this value, that is the number of sets which we are going to have. Okay, after that we are declaring a vector of set, okay, which will hold all these values, After that we are also declaring a set of int to hold the union of all these 4 given arrays. Okay, initially I was finding the union of all my 4 sets or the arrays given over here. This will hold that value. Now I am iterating. Okay, now I am iterating from I is equals to 0 to I is less than n, that is n times. Each time I am taking k as my input. What is k? This is k, that is k number of elements are going to be in my set or the array. 3 number of elements are going to be in my set or the array. Okay, so I am taking its input. Okay, now I am declaring a temporary set to hold all these values. So this is what we are doing over here. Okay, as soon as we are getting any element, what we are doing, we are adding that to our temporary set and also to our universal set, which is over here. Okay, and after coming out of this loop, just simply pushing back my temporary set. Okay, now let's try to understand what this set is, what this S is. After processing first input, my set will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, after processing second input, I can see that 5 and 6 are the new element. As 2 is present over here, I'm not going to count it as this is a set. So I add 5 and 6. Now 3, 5, 6. 3, 5, 6 are already present. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6 is already present. So this is my universal set. Okay, this is what happening over here. So now we'll try to find the combinations. Okay. So now see, this is my answer variable which will hold my answer. Okay, that is the maximum value. So now try to get my point. I'm going to iterate for each of these elements. This is my set. I'll iterate for each of these elements. Okay. So let us suppose that initially at first the value of it will be 1. Okay. Now again I'm having a temporary set. Now what I'm doing, I am iterating my vector. I am iterating all these values. Initially, let us suppose that this is at 0th index, this is at first index, this is at second index, and this is at third index. So at first it will come over here, then here, then here, then here. Okay, this is what we are doing over here. Now what I'm doing, let's see. I'm checking if this it, that is if 1 is present over here or not. If 1 present over here or not. That is what we are doing. If the count of it in the current vector is equals to 0, that means that that current element, that current it is not present. Okay, and if it was not present, and if this condition is true, what we were doing at that time, we were putting all the elements in my temporary set. So let us suppose also, that initially my temporary set is gonna be empty. Okay, what I'll do, I'll try for, initially I'll check for this one. I'll check if the count of it, that is 1, is 0 or not. I can see that it is not 0. So I'll not go inside my if condition. Okay, now I'll come over here. Now I'll see if the count of 1 is 0 or not. Yes, it is 1. So what I'm doing, I'm inserting each of the elements in my temporary set. Okay, that is, now it is going to be like 2, 5, 6. Again I'll come over here. Here also 1 is not present. So what I'll do, I can see that 5 and 6 are already there. So I'll simply add 3 over here. Again I'll come over here. So now I can see that 1 is not present over here, so I can go inside my if condition, and over here I can see that 5 and 6 are already in my temporary set, so I simply add 4 over here. Now 4 is added. Now as the iteration has been completed, what I'll do, I'll simply come out of my this loop. I'll simply come out of my this loop. That is, now I'm going to check for the 2. Okay, before that I'm maintaining a maximum. So initially my answer was 0. Now what will be its value? It will be 0 comma what it is length 5. Now the answer will be 5. I hope you are getting what is happening over here. Okay, now again this same procedure will go for 2. I'll check if 2 is present over here. Yes, I'll check 2 is present over here. Yes, I can see that here 2 is not present. So what will be its value? 3, 5, 6. I can say 2 is not present over here. It will be 4. Now the length is 4. Again, what happened? Answer will be equal to maximum of 4 and 5. It will be 5 only. Okay, so this is what happening for each of these elements. And after finally coming out of this loop, after checking each of these elements, I'm simply printing out my answer. Okay, this is exactly what is happening over here. So now we are done with the explanation part. Okay, I hope you understand all the logical concepts over here. So yeah, like this video, subscribe our channel and share this with your friends who are participating in all this code forces and lead code rounds and all. Okay, so thank you for watching guys and have a good day.